As two U.S. senators have now met with VA officials over concerns raised in an iTeammate investigation.
Our reporting uncovering more than $1 million worth of missing medical equipment at the Indianapolis VA. iTeammate's Bennett Haberly back tonight with the latest on the senators' questions.
Brooke and Dave, last night we heard from Senator Todd Young. Tonight we are hearing from Senator Joe Donnelly. Both men have met with VA officials this week in an effort to get to the bottom of what we uncovered. For years, the Indianapolis VA has lost, misplaced, or had stolen hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical equipment. All told, the records we reviewed show it's roughly $1 million over the past 3 years, including expensive items like this $28,000 surgical drill, or this list of $22,000 worth of patient lifts that somehow just disappeared. Well, part of the senator's concern is that that money could have been used to help veterans. And they also worry about this, the $500 million contract inked in 2013 to install those tracking devices on these medical items. The senators this week have drafted a letter to the VA secretary saying they were, quote, troubled by the findings of our investigation and the fact that the VA has failed to fully implement the technology. They say it's alarming. First, you'll hear from Senator Donnelly and then Senator Young.
I met with the VA yesterday. I actually met with the VA leadership for our entire state to try to make sure that we have a plan in place, that that the equipment is all being properly located, is all being put back in place, and that it's done right. And our commitment is that every veteran get the very best health care in the world through the VA system, and that's what our goal is.
Well, it's not only ironic, it's unacceptable. As a Marine officer myself, I know that had I ever lost a rifle, or had one of my Marines ever lost a rifle, that could be a career-ending experience. And for the Veterans Administration, which is supposed to care for our men and women in uniform, we had to have a similar sort of standard.
Tonight, the VA did confirm that they received a letter from the senators and would address those lawmakers accordingly. But there are other questions. We received internal documents, or purported internal documents, showing that there was a stop work order placed at one time on that contract to install those tracking devices. We're working to confirm more details with VA officials, though VA officials have conceded in the past to us that there were problems with implementation. Our report also pointed out that only about 1/3 of VA medical centers in the country have implemented this technology. We're also hearing that there's an internal review underway at the Indianapolis Raudebusch Medical Center. But what is the scope of that? Well, VA officials did not return our repeated calls for comment.
Interesting, though, how quickly the senators said, hey, there's something wrong here.
And they did at least get one concession from the regional director of the VA that this was not flawless, that there were problems with implementing those tracking devices. So we'll stay on top of it.
Good work. Thanks, Bennett.
Sure.